It's very windy today, so let's see how this little phone microphone works. So I went out today and I really just wanted to use my new camera. That's right, I got a new camera, which I'm going to be talking about in this video. But I forgot my microphone, forgot my hot shoe Sony EMBC 10, I think it's called, and I forgot any of my lav mics. So I am trying out the old hack of using your phone as the microphone and then linking it up later on in post. What camera did I get? I have been wanting this camera for a really long time. Now, I love my Sony A7C. It's a fantastic travel camera. It's really good and very simple for those who want to enter into the full frame sort of era. You've also got things like your ZV-E1 now and, you know, your ZV cameras, which are also fantastic. But before they came out, I got the Sony A7C. However, there is one camera that I've always wanted from the Sony range, but I just didn't have the money for it, and I really needed to save, and I really needed to make sure I got it at the right time. And that camera has finally come into my life, and it is the Sony A7 IV. I absolutely love it. I've had it for only 4 days, and the second I held it, and I've held this camera before, but knowing that it's my camera now, the second I held it, it just felt right. The grip itself is a huge factor for me. I don't really care about compact cameras too much. I'm actually happy to carry around a bulkier camera, a heavier camera, if it's going to be a more comfortable thing to hold. So the Sony A7C is really good if I'm going on a casual shoot, maybe in studio when I can just put it down, change lenses, and relax a little bit more with it, like take my time. Whereas if I'm running gun doing wedding shoots, or I have like a client that really needs quality photos and it's a long day, the Sony A7C just really hurts my wrist personally. My fingers just dig in deeper, and so I don't have a full grip. Whereas have a look, like it just, my fingers, honestly, they can't even reach in. My pinky has a place to be, but it can't get in there. So that's a good grip hold. So I already love it. Now, there's obviously all the better things that I have to get used to. I'm obsessed with how many dials I have. I sat down and spent 2 hours going through multiple videos on settings, and I set it up the way that I think I like it. One thing that I have found that I am already doing as a mistake that I get used to is on the back, there's the AEL button, and I have this habit of accidentally pressing it because I rest my thumb there. So I do have to adjust where my thumb rests because it locks in my ISO and it locks in my shutter speed, which probably wouldn't be too bad depending on the work I'm doing. But when I'm going out and I'm taking certain photos, I switch to manual because I like to change those settings quite often. So I gotta get used to that. I could also just change that button to be something else, like autofocus, like refocusing. So I gotta play around with my settings. One thing, yeah, I'm obsessed with the fact that it has so many settings though. The dial on the switch on the bottom for switching between photo, video, and S&Q is so good. The fact that I can then customize my, my 1, 2, 3 customizable switches for each photo, S&Q, and video is so good. The fact that it's a 33 megapixel camera is also very nice. It's a very good camera, and I love having access now to that 4:2 to 10-bit ratio for recording times. The crop sensor doesn't really bother me too much with the 40K 60 crop yet. I'm assuming I'll come into a circumstance where it does, but what I've set up basically is dial number 2 is my 40K, my 4K 60 frames per second with the crop if I want to punch in for slow motion, and then I've basically got my 3 switch as my 1080p 60 just to keep that same frame rate but have that regular reach that I already started off. If I want to go anything higher, I'm just going to probably use S&Q for now. I've never really come into a situation yet that I need that, so it's not bothering me just yet. But when I get that problem, I know I will be able to solve it. I'll improve my skills and I'll be better at it. So my first initial reaction for this 4 days in is it's a great camera and I'm obsessed with it and I love it, and I'm going to go out and shoot with this. Here's a couple sample photos from the day. Other than that, I'll do an updated review on this probably in a couple months. And until then, have a great day, go take some photos, and I'll see you in the next video.